I would say in any particular election, the percentage is probably about, I'd say 50% Greek, because the Greek students tend to be more involved in different things, and anytime a fraternity has one of their fraternity brothers running, or a sorority has a sorority sister running, they're probably going to go out and vote to support them. And since there's all the different positions up for election, all the different fraternities and sororities are involved to some degree. I think the important thing is, student government is supposed to represent the whole university. And so when I was elected and appointed my staff, it was very representative of the makeup of the campus. So of my whole executive staff, it was maybe 10 to 20% Greek. The rest of them were independent and all different types of people. So I never really pushed it as a factor. I always tried to look at the campus as a whole. So I don't think that it really hurt me or helped me. If anything, maybe they thought, well, at least this is one guy that maybe doesn't fit the negative stereotypes that we have, and so we may look at it a little bit better in that sense.
Campus involvement for Greeks does not end in student government or other academic organizations. It extends to the spectrum of athletics and other extracurricular activities. Greeks are competitive in every single intramural sport at Louisiana State University. In 1994, Phi Gamma Delta competed in the National Flag Football Championships in New Orleans. 3 members of Lambda Chi Alpha won the Southern Regional Basketball Championship, and Delta Tau Delta won the Louisiana Collegiate Softball Trophy. A member of Delta Zeta sorority, Sherelle Hebert, won the title of Miss Louisiana and went on to become a finalist in the Miss USA contest. The Tiger Band, the Golden Girls, and the Tiger Cheerleaders can boast of numerous Greek members.
Brotherhood and sisterhood, lasting friendships, strong academics, philanthropic activities, and campus involvement are many of the reasons why students want to join fraternities and sororities. But fraternity or sorority life wouldn't be complete without a strong social calendar. Social activities begin the day you receive your Greek bid. From that day on, fraternities schedule parties, or exchanges as they are called, every Thursday night with a different sorority. Usually there's a theme for each exchange. For example, Sigma Chi fraternity schedules a toga exchange with Kappa Delta sorority the first Thursday of every semester. Other common themes include graffiti, costume, hooker pimp, and disco. Aside from exchanges, fraternities plan weekend parties known as TGIFs, just to celebrate the end of a long week. Fraternities and sororities alike have 2 to 4 date parties per semester. At fraternity date parties, members ask a date to the party, and for sorority date parties, the same applies. Even at the date parties, they'll have continuous themes also. For instance, Sigma Alpha Epsilon has Patty Murphy, Sigma Nu has Passport, Delta Tau Delta has New Year's in November, and Lambda Chi Alpha has Boot Fest, just to name a few. Every sorority on campus has 1 formal date party per semester. These parties are more low-key than your average rambunctious fraternity parties, though. The end of the spring semester is a busy time for Greeks. It brings ski trips and trips to the beach in Florida or South Padre Island. In April, a campus-wide South Seas party is thrown by every fraternity, where they transform their yard into a replica of a tropical island. To close out each school year, each fraternity takes their respective formals on the road to the sunny beaches of Florida, where they spend a relaxing weekend, toasting the end of the year and resting up before those tough finals.
Deciding to join a Greek organization can be a hard decision for some. Membership costs vary in each organization and can sometimes be a struggle for working students. Nevertheless, everyone we talk to wouldn't trade it for the world. So how do all these students become Greeks? Well, it's called Rush. Rush is a series of informal parties designated to let you know more about each individual fraternity and sorority. Paige Israel, the Panhellenic Vice President of Rush, explains just how easy or scary it can be.
Okay, well, first of all, if they're registered for LSU, in about the beginning of June, they'll get like a big pamphlet and applications and all the information concerning the dates and the costs and everything. We mail those out to all accepted LSU students. But if they didn't get it through there, they could call the Greek Affairs office at LSU, and we'd mail them the information.
Rush Week is held during the week of orientation and registration, prior to the fall semesters. However, fraternity and sorority rushes are extremely different.
Okay, well, the sorority rush system is much more organized and formal. We have a week-long event in the end of August before school starts. And it's more organized. They have like planned times to go to parties and things. And the guys' fraternity system is more of like a laid back. It's just they go to the houses, and then on a certain day, everybody just turns in their bids.
Whether it be fraternity rush or sorority rush, a lot goes into its preparation. Either by the sorority, the fraternity, the rushee, or the Office of Greek Affairs, they are all responsible for making it happen. And what you say is it all for? Each individual could say the friendship, the leadership, or even the community involvement. And to me, that's what college should be all about.
Amid the constant demand of scholastic achievement, the Greek students on campus also devote their time and energy to different charitable organizations. From MDA, the Red Cross, and the Prevention of Child Abuse, LSU's Greek organizations also spend a good amount of their time contributing to their philanthropies.
Most all Greek organizations come together and work on a purpose other than their own. This is done through their philanthropies. The different sororities and fraternities each choose a philanthropy, such as MDA or sickle cell anemia, that they will contribute to each year. The contributions are generally raised through fundraisers. One example is the Kappa Delta Jambalaya Sale. KD sells jambalaya each year at the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Alumni and actives all come out to help raise money for the child abuse. This year it was a huge success. There's also the Chi Mega Tennis Tournament. At the second annual tennis tournament this year, the money raised from entry fees and t-shirt sales went to a scholarship designated for the higher education of women, their philanthropy.
And it's put on, it's the April 22nd and 23rd this year. It's mostly LSU Greek organizations, fraternities, and sororities mostly, but it's also open to the public. It's a $30 registration fee, and that goes to our philanthropy, and they get t-shirts. There's also a raffle.
In many of these charitable events, fun times are had for the good of a worthy cause. The biggest fundraiser yet, though, has to be the Semakai Derby Days. Their Derby Days are spent raising money for the Children's Miracle Network, and this year their donation will be around a whopping $10,000. How can they raise this much amount, you say? Well, in a 5-day period, the sororities on campus compete in various activities to raise the most money. Dave Oliver, the past president of Sigma Chi, or otherwise known as a Derby Daddy, tells us a little bit more about their Derby Days.
Derby Days is it's just our way of raising money for CMN and just trying to help out a good cause and having a good time while we're doing it. We're just trying to promote awareness for for a local philanthropy and let everybody have a good time and raise some money in the process.
Thank you.
And I love it. I'm having a great time.
There's also an activity that the Greek system does as a whole, and that is Adopt-A-School. Stephanie Griffin, the president of Pi Phi and also the organizer of Adopt-A-School, explains how it is done.
What does it do?
The program is just designed to, it's with Walnut Hills Elementary on Acadian in Baton Rouge here, and it's to promote positive interaction between college students and like elementary school students, because so many of them don't have the positive things that they need and the affirmations. They don't get that extra attention at home, so it's good for them to have like their college friend, somebody older that cares about them. And all the LSU volunteers go on a designated day for an hour once a week. That's the commitment. Well, it's all sororities and fraternities are involved in it. Right now we have about 130 volunteers, and that's who the participants are. That's who the volunteers are, LSU Greeks. And hopefully maybe we can stem it out later to the rest of the campus, but we're the ones that got it started.
If you're coming to college and you're not sure what's going on, you want to feel home, feel part of a place, the Greek system might be for you. For John Brooks, Stacy Flynn, and Deshae Wilson, I'm Doug Tate.